Revolutionary greetings, comrades. The Minister of Finance, Professor Mthuli Ncube, introduced a gold coin as a form, as a currency, our currency in Zimbabwe. In this video, I want to briefly examine or critique this gold coin. How does it benefit the ordinary people in Zimbabwe? I am Ngabuto Nicholas Mapena. Please like this video, circulate to your contacts so that we continue having this discussion. And please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Zimbabwe is going through economic challenges. In fact, there is a crisis, an economic and political crisis. When Professor Mthuli Ncube was appointed as Minister of Finance, he asked to be given only 6 months to turn around the economy. He has failed dismally to do so. What we have said as the Zimbabwe Communist Party, first we said you need to address the currency question. That is to say, you need to adopt the rand as the currency of reference. Those from Plumtree, from Cholocho, and the other parts of Matebele land, they will tell you that ordinary people use the rand for transaction. Even in Bulawayo, even during the inclusive government, men in Bulawayo were using the rand as a currency of reference because the majority of the people from the region work in South Africa or have been working in South Africa over years. But we saw after 2000, many people from the whole country moving into South Africa. So one would be safely to say the working class in Zimbabwe, the Zimbabwean working classes in South Africa, are in all provinces. So it becomes a reality. It has to be a reality that we need to use a rand. It makes a lot of sense to use the rand as a currency of reference. But of course, the government in Zimbabwe continues to insist on using the US dollar as a currency of reference. We have also spoken in the past about the corruption at the Reserve Bank, that it is the officials at the Reserve Bank that flood the black market. They are the ones that are controlling what we call hospitality. When you get to any city in Zimbabwe, you'll be confronted by money changers who will be asking, who will be selling money to you. And these people, they get this money from the officials at the Zimbabwe Reserve Bank. But recently, Minister Mthuli Ncube introduced the gold coin to ease the currency challenges that we have in Zimbabwe. We've been having this discussion in some platforms about this gold currency, which of course it is a store of value for the rich or the middle strata, because it is way out of reach of the working people in Zimbabwe and the peasantry. One colleague was saying Zimbabweans should use the gold currency, the gold coin to pay lobola, to buy cattle, because this coin is equivalent to 1 ounce of gold. The gold coin that you have seen, I'm sure if you follow closely what is happening in Zimbabwe, you have seen this gold coin being circulated on social media. It is worth about 1 ounce, which is about 28 grams. If you know anything about gold, about mining, and you have worked with Ochegeja, you will know that an ounce is equivalent to 28 grams. So that's the value of the coin in terms of its gold value. So this coin, its value in US dollars, because it fluctuates, is between 1,800 to 1,900 US dollars. And the immediate question is, how many people in Zimbabwe earn this money? the public servants are on strike because they don't earn this money. So this is for the rich and the middle strata. $1,900 is equivalent to something like 28,500 rands. And in the previous video, we said teachers in Zimbabwe earn something like 1,500 rands. And if this coin is worth about 1,800 US dollars, it is about 27,000 rands. So it is way, way out of reach for ordinary people. And again, you cannot use this coin to purchase groceries because the first thing, you will not have change. So if you go to any supermarket in Zimbabwe, you can't produce this gold to push a trolley and say you're going to pay using this gold, because where are you going to get change? So this coin is a store of value for the rich. We're told you can purchase this coin using Zim dollar, Zim currency. So it becomes better for the rich, for the middle strata. If you have your Zim currency, you then buy this gold coin as a store of value, just to keep it. But we know that the Zimbabwean government, their rules changes every day. Many people lost their money. They opened foreign accounts or accounts in forex, but they lost that because we're then told that you have to remember. So there was a judgment that if you owed someone in US dollar, the judgment said no, it has to be in local currency, and the people lost. But those who were in debt were celebrating because they could now settle their debt in the local currency as opposed to the US dollar. So the coin helps business people to keep their money safe in this coin. Like I'm saying, it is a store value to store your money. But how many will ditch US dollars, 1,900 or 1,800 US dollars to buy this coin? Because again, people exchange their Zim dollar to buy US dollars. And again, in Zimbabwe, it has become common practice that people store their money in hard currency, and this money stays under a mattress. So what was reported that there was some money in some farm in South Africa under a mattress. It is common cause in Zimbabwe that rich people store their money in US dollar, and they put this money in under a mattress or under a pillow. It is this money that they then use when they go for holiday, when they purchase vehicles in foreign countries, when they buy holiday homes. That's the money that they use. Or when they buy products, building material, and so forth, they will come to South Africa. They will change their US dollars to buy properties in South Africa or goods for resale in Zimbabwe or building material or vehicles. But can you come to South Africa? Which that's the question that needs clarity. You have your 5 coins. Which one coins worth about 1,900 US dollars? Can you go to Brumo anyway and change that into rands, your gold coin? Which is offered in Zimbabwe. We need to get clarity. But what we know is that the business people, they keep their money in US dollars. When they come to South Africa or go to Botswana or even in Europe, they will be carrying cash, US dollars. They exchange in the local currency of the country that they are visiting to buy products. But we are not sure if this gold or this coin can be exchanged anywhere in the world for them to but it's an ounce, it's 1 ounce equivalent to 1 ounce of gold. But we will get clarity in the comment section. So this, in brief, does not address the economic fundamentals in Zimbabwe because it is out of reach of the working people the peasants. It is out of reach for someone that is selling. If you are in the rural areas, as you would know, you plant tomatoes, you transport them to the market in Bulawayo. You can't. This cannot be. You can't sell your tomatoes using this gold because it is way out of reach for men. Unless, of course, which will analyze if they will make more coins which are worth less than an ounce, whether it's a quarter of 1 ounce, whether they will make available a $10 coin, a coin which is worth a 10 US dollars. It is yet to be seen. But at the moment, it is out of reach. So it does not address economic fundamentals in Zimbabwe. What is needed in Zimbabwe is for us to build a national democratic economy based on national planning, linked to devolution of power to the people of Zimbabwe. This is what can kickstart our economy. It is not this gold coin. Comrade Zaitse says gold is a real store of value, historical and now. I'm not sure about how it's going to be implemented in Zimbabwe. Rand, like any other fiat currency, doesn't have really value. It is a store of value, which is correct. But the argument, comrades, that you are raising, how does it help a family in the working class community? A person gets paid 1,500 rands. You have bills to pay. You are actually broke before you receive your salary because you receive your salary today. In the next 5 minutes, you have translated, you have paid your bills, you have no money. So it does not help an ordinary person. It does not help workers. It does not help peasants who will be selling a bucket of maize to the GMB in the city. It does not help them because it is the value is just out of reach for many. Like I'm saying, if you were to have a $10 gold coin, maybe, but for this one, which is equivalent to 1 ounce, 28 grams, which is what fluctuates between 1,900 $1,800, it does not help. So our call is that we need to rebuild the economy. We need a national democratic economy. We need state planning if we are to rebuild our economy in Zimbabwe. So on that score, of course, Minister Mthuli Ncube is trying for his bosses in ZANU-PF and the rich that they can at least buy this gold coin using their Zim dollar. We are told, though, that when you then decide to sell it later, you'll be given in the value of Zim dollar, but it is a store of value. If you have 10 of these, you have money. That's for sure. And it is for the rich. It is for the political class, those that continue to loot resources. It is not for the ordinary people. So anyone who then gets excited about this gold, this coin, it is not for the majority. Yes, for those that are in the diaspora, if you are working a good job, you're in the middle strata, you buy that spend about 28,000 rands or so to buy this coin and store it. It might make economic sense, but it does not make economic sense to ordinary people in Zimbabwe. And the comrade Kenneth Ndlovu says, lokhu kufuna lokuthengisa inkomo uthenge inja kuzoba nzima vele. That's what it means, comrade Ndlovu, because I am not sure if this coin is going to be accepted outside the borders of Zimbabwe. So, which therefore says, I'm not very sure if a person who has US dollars would want to part with their US dollars by buying this coin. If I have US dollars, I'd rather keep my US dollars because I can go to Botswana exchange in the local currency in Pula. I buy my products, I exchange in the rand. I buy my products. But I'm not very sure about this coin. And Comrade Bushiri Mangaunu says ZANU-PF regime introduced barrier checks, point coin, now gold coin. They have run out of ideas. And there is only one way of rebuilding the economy: production. The question that we should be discussing is how do we make our farms to be productive? How do we rebuild our industries? It is only through developing a national economic plan. That's what we need. We have explained this. It is contained in the political program of the Zimbabwe Communist Party. Otherwise, comrades, let's continue having this discussion. But I've seen on social media people posting these coins as if this is the answer to our economic problems. It is not. It has got nothing to do with the ordinary people. It has got everything to do with the rich, those that are running companies, the politicians in Zimbabwe, but it's got nothing to do with the ordinary people. Comrades, as you are saying, people should be paid in coins. Its value is 1,900 US dollars. Teachers, as they are going on strike, and other civil servants, they just want to be paid in 500 US dollars. And the government says it does not have money. And this one coin is worth, an ounce is worth 28,500 rands or 27,000 rands because it fluctuates. So it's about 1,800 to 1,900 US dollars because it fluctuates. So it is way above what civil servants are being paid. So this coin cannot pay anyone. That is the civil servant. So this is why I'm saying it has got nothing to do with addressing the economic challenges that are faced by the poor. So in other words, it is just useless. It is a useless coin in as far as the working people in Zimbabwe are concerned. But indeed, it helps the rich to store their value, but it does not help the working people in Zimbabwe. It is not really going to help anyone. Otherwise, comrades, we thought because we are seeing that you are posting these coins on social media and they think we finally arrived. It is we have not. Let us build our economy based on national planning linked linked to devolution of power to the people of Zimbabwe. Otherwise, comrades, continue writing in the comment sections. Let us continue to engage. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel and circulate this video. Thank you so much. Goodbye, comrades.